Hi and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing the 5 things we learned whilst watching Man United draw against FC Twente last night in the Europa League. In at number 1, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes absolutely stinks. The performances he's been dropping week in, week out this season are absolutely unforgivable. For someone who happens to be our captain and someone who's our most creative player, as these idiots will have you believe, Bruno Fernandes has been absolutely terrible all season. I know we've only played about 6 or 7 games so far in the league, on competitions rather, but he's been terrible in all of them. Absolutely terrible. I mean, honestly, this guy, man, I've run out of things to say about him. I honestly have run out of things to say about him. People seem to forget that last season, right? He was terrible. For about 80% of the season, he was terrible. It was only towards like the last month or two of the season that he started to get goals and assists. And even then, it's not like he was starting to play better. No. He was just masking his rubbish performances with either getting a goal or an assist. Like, trust me, right? If you just take goals and assists away from Bruno Fernandes, this guy offers us nothing. Absolute rubbish player. One of the most overrated players I've seen by Manchester United fans, because the way some of these fans talk about this guy, yeah, you'd swear they're talking about flipping prime Kevin De Bruyne. Bruno Fernandes is not fit to lace De Bruyne's boots. I'm telling you, he's not fit. Oh, this guy, man, honestly, at this point, I'm just tired of talking about him. But honestly, Eric Ten Hag this weekend needs to drop him. He needs to drop Bruno Fernandes. We cannot keep complaining about the same thing week in, week out. He doesn't want to replace him. He keeps on playing him, even though he's playing through rubbish. Drop Bruno Fernandes for this weekend. Simple as. Bruno Fernandes must be dropped this coming weekend. Anyways, moving it on to the second thing we learned watching Manchester United versus FC Twente last night. Christian Eriksen basically went from hero to zero. Hero to zero. All in the space of what? About 45 minutes? I mean, first half he was balling out, playing very well, making nice passes, creating chances, and he actually scored a very, very good goal. The way he just scored that goal, man, so much power from Eriksen. I thought, what a goal, what a goal. And to be honest, I wasn't even surprised. He's been playing well since the season started. He's been playing very, very well. And I was even shouting that Eriksen needs to be maybe given a chance in the number 10. Either give Eriksen a chance in the 10 or maybe play Zirkzee there over Bruno. However, Eriksen has been so good, so much so that even when he scored yesterday, I genuinely wasn't surprised. But then again, after doing all that good work, playing very well, creating chances, scoring a very good goal, he goes and undoes all his work by doing some stupid mistake at the back, which led to FC Twente equalizing. Which, honestly, I was a bit disappointed with him. But such players I've got time for, because he doesn't do that week in, week out, unlike Bruno, who is stinking the place out week in, week out. Eriksen is not stinking the place out week in, week out. I agree he's not got the legs like he used to in the past, but he can definitely do a job for this Manchester United side. Just play Eriksen in the 10 and he'll do well. Trust me, he will definitely do well. He won't have the chance to make the mistake like he did yesterday, whereby he's deep in midfield and then he basically goes back towards his goal and then go and score. I know that's not because of Ten Hag, that's on Eriksen. He should have done better there. However, all I'm asking for is for Christian Eriksen to be moved higher up the pitch, and we're going to see an even better Eriksen. Moving it on to the third thing we learned whilst watching Man United last night against FC Twente. Andre Onana has just basically gone back to default settings. Honestly, he's just defaulted. He's just gone back to default settings. Honestly, the goal which he conceded yesterday was absolutely criminal. I get it. Eriksen made a big mistake in letting basically getting dispossessed towards our own goal and FC Twente going 1-on-1 and basically scoring. But if you see the way in which this guy dives for that ball, man, he literally, right? It's like he's standing waiting for the ball. The ball comes and he just throws himself back, and they score. Like, honestly, Onana, what do you expect? What do you expect to happen when you dive like that? I was literally praising him just the other day in my 5 things I learned whilst watching United versus Crystal Palace. I came out and praised him. I said, you know what? I don't rate Andre Onana. However, when he does well, I'll praise him. Hence, I praised him. And I even said that in as much as he made that impressive double save, give him props for that. However, I literally said, these were my words, I said his saving ability and his diving mechanism literally scare me. Because this guy doesn't dive like a goalkeeper or save like a goalkeeper. It's almost like they just took some random guy off the street and put him in goal. He's not good enough, guys. He's not good enough. And guess what? If come against Spurs this weekend, if he goes and pulls a worldie and he makes brilliant saves, I'll praise him. But that doesn't mean that I rate him. I know he's not a good enough goalkeeper for us. Long term, he's not good enough. He's trash. But when he does well, I'll praise him. But when he does rubbish, I'll come out and call him out. So for me, Andre Onana is a big problem for us. I'm afraid we're going to have to be signing a new goalkeeper come the summer. Honestly, he's got one more season and we need to sell him. He's not good enough. And for as long as we have Onana in goal, we're not going anywhere as a club. Trust me, we're definitely not going anywhere serious. But anyways, moving it on to the fourth thing we learned whilst watching United versus FC Twente. Marcus Rashford looks sharp. And he looks like he's hungry and he's actually confident. I'm seeing him basically doing elasticos and not making defenders and going through plays and taking shots. And he's actually playing with a smile on his face. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, okay, so what? Why should we praise him for playing with a smile on his face? I'm not saying we should praise him for that. I'm saying that when Rashford is playing with a smile on his face, it usually means he's confident and he's happy. And then he's in a good place in his life, so much so that he actually can do well for Man United. So for me, this is a good thing that Rashford is in good form. Like I said, he looked very sharp last night. He looked like one of our best attackers. He was threatening. Second half, he basically died down a bit. But first half, it was very, very good. So I think Rashford should start against Spurs on the weekend. When he's in good form and his confidence is high, play Rashford. So come Saturday, or rather Sunday against Spurs, Marcus Rashford must start for us. Honestly, he definitely must start. I don't want to see this thing where he starts Garnacho. Keep Garnacho on the bench. He can come off the bench, maybe as an impact sub, and let's see what it does. But Marcus Rashford must definitely start for us come Saturday. Moving it on to the fifth and final thing we learned whilst watching Man United versus FC Twente last night is that Manuel Ugarte is here. However, I'm not gonna lie, right? I'm not. How do I put this? I'm not someone who likes to jump on a player, especially when they're new. I like to give a player a chance and then try and see if they can maybe, I don't know, impress me or something. But so far with Ugarte, I've seen him start 2 games for us. One was in the Carabao Cup, and last night was his second start for the club. And there were some positives, and there's also some negatives. I'm going to start with the positives, right? The positives are he won a lot of balls back yesterday. I think in the first half he made like 4 tackles and won all 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken. So basically his ball winning ability, as advertised before we signed him, is actually good. He looks like someone who can go with the ball back for us. However, when it comes to the bit of the negative side, he doesn't look to pass forward too often. More often than not, he looks to do the safe pass, like go sideways or backward, sideways or backward. And when he does try to pass forward, more often than not, the pass does not come off. So that was a bit of a worry for me. But I don't know. Maybe in a good system, he can do well. I'm certainly not going to write him off just as yet. However, when I look at the fact that we paid £50 million for him, I'm a bit like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it was worth that 50 million. Honestly, I don't know. But anyways, what I know, it's not my money anyways at the end of the day. Let's just give the guy time. Hopefully he turns into a proper midfielder, and hopefully we actually signed a proper midfielder. But yeah, those are the 5 things we learned whilst watching United yesterday. Let me know in the comment section, is there something I missed? Is there something you disagree with that I said in the video? Let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't already, please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.